Hello, my name is Dalton Clark, and our habit of mine was flexibility. One key component when you're talking about flexibility in writing is this idea of us breaking the mold. Because of all of our writing experiences that we've had since we started writing way back in the second or third grade when we first started taking those writing tests, we've always kind of been confined to one idea of writing, that we take a pen and a pencil and a piece of paper and we sit down and we just write. And one key component of this idea of flexibility is breaking out of that mold and getting into different types of writings. Another key component when you're talking about flexibility is reaching these different audiences. We're no longer sitting down and writing to a teacher or writing to one specific person. We're writing to groups and are able to get across to different audiences and ideas. Also, it's this idea that we adapt when we're writing. We're no longer, I hate to keep referencing the idea of like writing down things, but like we're adapting to different types of medias, such as like you're seeing writings in like blogs and s'mores, and even you see writings in like Facebook and social media. So we're getting a lot more flexible in our expectations as well, because we expect others to be able to like for example, I'm sure that like when I brought home my thing for artist project, and my mom was like, "What are you doing writing on a computer?" Or not typing on a computer, and I was like this is where we're at now, and that's our new expectation and standard that we have for people in the writing community, is that you should be able to use these different types of mediums.
So I talked about significance, flexibility, and like one of the things that's very important when it comes to being flexible is communicating with all different types of audiences. You know, when you get into college writing or college classes, you know, you meet different types of people. You have to learn about them more and be able to communicate in ways they understand. You know, people learn in different ways, and even different languages and whatnot, such as different mediums and things like that. People may be more visual learners or through audio, text, or whatever like that. It allows you to learn more about your strengths and weaknesses when being flexible, like going over your drafts. You may do multiple drafts to see which one you like better, which one sounds better, which one your audience likes more, maybe how they understand it better. And another significant aspect of flexibility that can be used in the real world is like in business. You know, when you grow up and you work with other people, like in college classrooms, you have to learn to work with other people and just continue to communicate with them in different ways and different styles. So that's why it's important.
We found our examples in Emily Schultz's portfolio from last year. She really focused on how the style of writing changed according to the audiences. So back to what Dalton said, how different social medias can have different formalities. Like writing a paper, you're more formal because it's like directed to your teacher, whereas writing in like Twitter or Facebook, you're like making general statements about your day. You can say, I ate pizza today, where you wouldn't say that in a paper. She had multiple drafts of, she had an online poster, so that's a different example of media. And for another project, she used Play-Doh, and she created what looked like the East Carolinian. And so those are two different types of media she used. She had flexibility because she was able to change like what audiences were looking like at the medias.
And our badge is called the Freedom Badge, and you have to display the ability and skills it takes to be flexible in today's writing skills. So like, let's see, I don't know, I hate speaking, but the writing may use like forms, different forms of writing. Like there's no medium to our badge, and in order to earn this badge, the writer must portray characteristics of writing, such as being able to bend and express writing in a variety of ways, being able to reach out to all types of audiences, and creating meaningful and powerful works. The writer must submit at least 2 pieces of work in any medium to be eligible for receiving the free Freedom Writers badge. And there's a medium to the badge, so whatever you decide to write, and if you feel like it's the correct, like, if it fulfills our requirements for the badge, then you will be presented this badge, Freedom Writers badge. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome.